Why do good people suffer? Job asked the same question. In the Old Testament, a whole chapter was devoted to the story of a man named Job. He was an upright man, feared God, shunned evil, and gave generously to the poor. However, the Lord let Satan strike him so that he lost all his possessions, all his children, and even his health. He asked a question which many people are still asking today. Why does God let good people suffer? Job chapter 1 verse 1. In the land of Uz there lived a man whose name was Job. This man was blameless and upright. He feared God and shunned evil. First, God could easily restore everything back to Job. God allowed Satan to take away all of Job's possessions because he could easily restore all these things back to him, in twofold, tenfold, or even 100-fold. Satan only destroys, but it is God who creates and gives. In fact, this was what the Lord did at the end of Job's trial. Job chapter 42 verse 10. And the Lord made up to Job for all his losses, after he had made prayer for his friends, and all Job had before was increased by the Lord twice as much. Second, God protected Job's life. Even though the Lord let Satan take away all of Job's possessions, he did not let him take away his life. This is because it would be unfair for the Lord to restore Job's life before the atonement made by Jesus, which would not happen until many years after Job. The Lord therefore protected Job's life so he could complete his days and see the rewards of his trials. Job chapter 2 verse 6. And the Lord said to Satan, Behold, he is in your hand, but spare his life. Third, suffering is indeed necessary for a person's growth. Many people probably do not want to hear this, but suffering is in fact necessary for a person's spiritual growth. God's purpose is to let his seeds on earth bring forth fruits, which is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness and self-control as described in Galatians chapter 5 verses 22 to 23. How can all these qualities be developed without trials? How can one develop sacrificial love if he has never sacrificed anything? How can a person develop hope and faith if he has never endured sufferings? James made this very clear in his epistle James chapter 1 verses 2 to 4. My brothers, count it all joy when you fall into various trials. Knowing this, that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. But let perseverance have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, not lacking anything. But why also take away Job's children who are irreplaceable? The answer is, Job's children were not lost. After the trials of Job, God restored to him twice the amount of everything Job had owned before. However, the number of children the Lord gave to him was the same, 7 sons and 3 daughters. Why didn't the Lord give Job twice as many children like what he did with all his other possessions? This is because the Lord already knows that his children will be raised in the end of days, and Job will have twice as many children as he had before. Follow the saints. Which one of God's servants did not go through sufferings and persecutions? Joseph, Daniel, David, Paul, even Jesus himself, all of them went through trial after trial. Let us therefore follow examples of these saints, persevere in trials, grow up spiritually, and prepare ourselves to enter into the new kingdom of God. Remember, God in his mercy has even promised us that he will not test us beyond what we can bear. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it.